Humanity, I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. My videos are about love, infinity, creation, energy, because we're infinite energy, we're infinite creation, we're infinite love. Why? Because of the human heartbeat. You see, the human heartbeat is the most beautiful thing. It creates life. It's the pulse of life, it's the pulse of creation. We wouldn't exist without the human heart. The human heart is our biological creator. We exist because of the human heart. You see, the human heart. We exist because of the human heart. This is why we exist. This is the reason why we exist. The human heart. The human heart generates this electromagnetic field around the human body. Spherical light beings we are. It's a spherical electromagnetic field around the human body that powers the human body, the brain, so we can be conscious and self-aware, be sentient beings. We feel with our hearts. Our organs function as a result. So energy is that. Energy is creation because it powers, it generates, it creates. That's what energy does. So, and life is that. Life is creation. You see, energy, the heartbeat, the electromagnetic pulse, generated a heartbeat, a pulse of life, of creation that created life, which is us, biological life, the human body, the human species. So you see, life is creation, and creation is energy. And if you think about it, the way infinity is beautiful, nature, is very wise. It communicates poetically, really. It's saying, I'm giving you life. You wouldn't exist without the heartbeat, without the human heart. And so because of it, your instinct is to live because of the heartbeat. Your primordial instinct is the heartbeat. So, and we love with our hearts. So it comes from the same place. Love comes from the heart, which is what generates the heartbeat, life itself. So if you think about it from a fundamental point of view, we live to love. And we love to live because we want to have purposeful lives, meaningful lives, fulfilling lives, happy lives. This is what we want to do, heart to heart. We want to connect. We want to have a beautiful life, a beautiful experience here on planet Earth. Because this is what we do. This is our nature. We live to love and we love to live. Why? Because it's a nature to love. I want to explain this why. So when we make love, we have children. We create life, right? We become biological creators. We reproduce. Further the species. Evolutionary survival of the biology, of the gene. So we further the species into existence. And we do that by making love. So we make love, we create life. And we love our creation. Our instinct is to love our children. So we raise them so they can eventually do the same as we do, create and love. But that's not the only thing that we love. That's just the beginning of the species, is the origin, is the story, is the genesis. That's how we are created, through love, making love. And it comes from the heartbeat, electromagnetic field of creation. So we make love, seed of life, biological creators. And then we also create other things because we're sentient. You see, we're aware, we're conscious, we're creative, we have brains, we're intelligent species. So we love our creations, we put love behind our actions, and we create, and we've been doing that for thousands of years. This is what we humans are, we're creators. So we live to love and we love to live. Why? Because we're creators, and energy in terms of creation itself, life on Earth here at the biological scale, through the human body, through the human species, is the delivery system, the mechanism of creation is love. We create through love. That's the energy density at this scale. Love is a creator. Energetically speaking, we create through love with our actions, purposeful, loving actions. This is how we create with a heart energy. That's why we are a benevolent species. Us, the human race, we are a benevolent species. A heartful species, a heart-based species, a love-based species. This is who we are. We're a benevolent species. It's our nature to love because our instinct is to have a heartbeat. Think about it. Our instinct is to have a heartbeat. Our instinct is to have a heartbeat. Instinct to live. And then we love with the heart, which is the same place where the heartbeat comes from. So our instinct is to live, so we love. Our instinct to love because we love our creation. You see, the heart is creating us, but we love with the heart. So that means biologically, we lovers. This is what we are. We love our creations. We love with the hearts and we create with the hearts. It's an energy, it's a frequency. It can be tested in labs with tools and equipment. It has a bandwidth, it has a rate, it's a hertz, it's an ampere to it. Love, creation itself. It's a bandwidth, it's a wave creation, it's a waveform, it's a pattern, can be measured. So we are electrical, you see, we are light spherical beings. And this is why we have, right now, we have created the Republic of Planet Earth, because of this very notion. We are self-aware, we're conscious. We have transitioned into a metamorphosized species that understands our nature, and our nature is a loving nature, it's a purposeful nation, it's a benevolent nation. In nature, our nature is benevolence, because we're a heart-based species, a love-based species, a heartful species. We're a benevolent race. This is who we are. And this is why, because we're light spherical beings, because of our electromagnetic field. Our force field is spherical. And without our electromagnetic field, the heartbeat, we wouldn't exist. And why is this? Because infinity itself replicates itself through as an organizing agent of creation and self-awareness and infinite creativity, which is power and energy, because infinity is energy, has infinite energy, infinite creation, infinite power, infinite love, infinite self-awareness, infinite consciousness, because it's infinite in nature. Everything about it is infinite. So it has the infinite energy to create and love life of all sorts and all scales, because infinity itself generated the conditions for the sun to exist in the first place. And what's the sun? This spherical object in the skies, right? What we call space out there. Well, it's our creator. It has an electromagnetic field of creation in the resonance field and force field that generates hydrogens at the core of it. And that's light, energy itself, elements. So we have all the conditions set for life to generate at different scales of vibration, because the vibration of creation of the density of the sun is astronomical, is very large, is very high. The density is very low, but the frequency is very high. Energy itself, very high. So that generates the conditions for what? For denser things to form into matter. And then that's why objects like the Earth exist, planets, because of the density, higher density, coming together as a result of gravitational forces, which are because of the density that is being emitted from the sun. You can get gravitational forces coming together and forming planets. And planets are also like the sun, spherical in nature, but just at a higher density, terrestrial level. And the sun itself has its own heart, its own core, its own pulse of life, its own pulse of creation. It's electromagnetic in nature. It has an electromagnetic field that generates the conditions here on Earth for us to exist, biologically speaking, with the atmosphere, the biosphere, the support systems, and all that. Water, oxygen, all these elements coming together so it can power us, the biological being, the human race, the benevolent species. We also have an infinite nature and spherical nature because we are electromagnetic field because of a heartbeat. So you see, we all have an electromagnetic field. The sun, the earth, humans, all sentient beings, all conscious beings, all self-aware beings have an electromagnetic field of creation at all scales. And we are the biological scale. So we create with our hearts, with our love. This is how we are. It's beautiful. We are infinite creators. This is our nature. And how do we understand this? Because of sundial. You see, we stare at the sun, we open our eyes, we open our mind, we open our hearts, and we open the portal. So when we stare at the sun, our electromagnetic field, spherical light beings, who we are, both of the heart and the brain, get in sync, get paired with the electromagnetic field of the sun itself. It's called quantum entanglement. You see, we build the bridge. And when we build the bridge, that energy just comes through because it's energy, it's electricity signals. You see, sending, receiving is bidirectional. It's infinite feedback loop of creation. So then this energy comes through our eyes and it powers our brains. It supercharges our brains. It supercharges our hearts. It activates our genome, our electromagnetic field and all that. It supercharges it. And what it does is our DNA code, our genome, our structure, our makeup, that gives us life in the first place biologically is infinite source of information. This code gets supercharged as well, and then it's a generator. So what does it do? Well, at a mind scale with the brain, once it gets supercharged with all these new synapses and all this activity, we become more creative, which is our nature to create. We become more visual, better visions of ourselves, our future, our true self, our energy. we are more better imagination. So that's how it works, and we can create because it's our nature to create, it's our instinct to create, because we live to love and we love to live. So we create. And then our hearts, same, it gets supercharged. And what does it do? Every single human cell, think about it logically, every single human cell has the DNA inside of it, right? So the brain has cells, brain cells, and each of those cells, billions of them, if not trillions of them, infinite number of them, we don't really know, we're still learning. I would say we're an infinite number at everything, at all scales. That will be my guess, because we're infinite in nature. So we have all these infinite cells there, brain cells, that are always regenerating, always rejuvenating. And when we supercharge them with the brain, what does it do? Each of one of those cells has a genetic code inside of them, DNA string. So it gets supercharged. So we become more creative right away. Our ideas start to flourish and pour, and we just brainstorm and we take action. So how do we take action? With our heart, because it gives us a electromagnetic field of creation, so our body can move, because we can exist. Body energy happens, taking daily action. And we put love behind our actions, resonating with daily action. And that's what it is. You see, we have the love because the heart also has heart cells. And each of those cells has an electromagnetic field of its own. And it has, it has the genetic code in it. So it gets supercharged. And then we're more loving. Our nature shows more. So we have more power, more resonance to what? To love, because we love with our hearts. And then what do? We heal if there is trauma, if there is problems, or we just create. You see, either or. So it's beautiful. It's just beautiful who we are. And this is what the sun does when we build the bridge, we open the portal. All this happens supercharged, so we can take action. And that's why we're sundials, because of that very own nature. We're all energy, we're infinite, so we sync with the creator. And then obviously we're compass as well, right? We're spherical in nature. So what does that mean? Well, we come full circle. This infinite concept, the circle is an infinite notion, because it's all infinite out there. We're all infinite. So starts with identity and true self, right? And then it moves into purpose, and then time and energy, and action, and why, how, this mechanism that we have for calibrating and self-correcting. And then flow, which is energy, who we are. We flow with our energy and also our emotions. We feel good about them. So this is a signal, you see, this is a sign that we're headed in the right direction. And then what does that do? Well, we stay on true north, because a compass is a directional compass in the end. It takes us to our destination. You see, we're on path, we're on the journey, we're on track, we're on course, we're on the way to what? To our destiny, to our destination, sorry. And what's our destination? Well, our dreams, you see? True self energy, our dreams, our visions of ourselves, our purpose, our calling, our purposeful goals, objectives, targets, all these different things. We manifest them, we create them with our free will, because we're here to take action, purposeful daily action. You see, compass is that. We manifest free action here and now with our free will by taking purposeful daily action. And because we're electrical, we're electromagnetic, our nature, we shatter fantasies and illusions, and we render them obsolete. We disintegrate them, they cease to exist. And what are these fantasies and these illusions? It's all these mediums and media out there casting and projecting this stuff, right? That are distractions, that are coming from the outside. They're not necessarily us, could be negative forces of all sorts. So our focus is on our true self, on our free will. So we take action and we do what we're supposed to do, which is dream makers. We create our own dreams. With daily action, they come true. Our purpose, purposeful daily action, purposeful goals, purposeful lives, which is the pinnacle of existence at a biological scale as a human being. You made it in existence. Your peaking experience, your life experience is at its peak when you have a purposeful life, a life of results based on purposeful goals over time and energy. So, okay, let's go back to that notion of fantasies and illusions, because fantasies and illusions are not only casted and projected and rendered through mediums and media technologies, you see, and all these different things, and all sort of mediums, because the mind is a medium. The mind is a medium. If you think about it, our memories, that's a medium. We're recasting these memories, we're reliving them, we're recalling them. And sometimes these memories are not real, because of the past, they're previous events, they're not happening right now, we just reliving them. It's this ancestral recall. And then what is that? Well, if the negative is trauma, is all this stuff, and we need to address them. So we address them. That's why we're electrical with our love, our energy, our resonance. We shatter them, we heal, we recover, and we move on. So that energy gets freed up, so we can take action and create here and now. And that's just an example, our memories and our previous experiences, but also events that are outside our control, external events through other mediums and media that are happening constantly. So we need to come to terms with it. And if we heal ourselves through self-love, and we know who we are, we're infinite nature, infinite creators, infinite love, light spherical beings, we're compass, we're sundial, we're here to create, and we manifest our free will through our purposeful daily action here and now, every day, every moment. Whatever happens out there, all these fantasies, all these illusions, outside our control, right? Outside our control, through mediums and media, we shatter them as well, because they cannot affect us, because we're in control of our lives, because we're energy. They don't resonate with us. You see, they're there, but they're not part of our field, force field, our spherical light being, because we repel them, we disintegrate them. They're not part of us. They lower frequency, lower vibration, lower density. This lower density doesn't, where fear, pain, suffering, or whatever, trauma, doesn't really matter what it is. All these events, all these things, all these situations, they're outside our spectrum, because we can only control ourselves, light spherical beings, individually through our free will and our actions. So everything that is outside our control is irrelevant, is impertinent. It doesn't matter, because it's not part of us. So we don't give it energy, we don't give it time, because we're energy, and our energy of love just resonates it out of existence. It's not part of our life, it's not part of our mind state, it's not part of our day-to-day, because it's outside of control. We don't care. It's just outside. Who cares? It's being disintegrated, it's shattered, because they're fantasies, they're illusions. The only thing that is real is your true self, yourself, here and now, your mind, your dream, your actions, purposeful daily action, what you can do right now. So let's talk about it, which is today's video. Today's video is Fulcrum. Fulcrum. It's a beautiful concept. It's an engineering term. It's mechanics. I love everything that has to do with motion and dynamics and physics. If you haven't noticed by now, I understand. My concepts are always based on objective reality. So this notion is y.house/fulcrum. You can refer to it on the website. You can refer to it on Substack and YouTube. So that's y.house/fulcrum. And what's a fulcrum? A fulcrum is this pinnacle, this piece, this component that is key to enable a mechanism, so things happen. Is the leverage, is the lever, is that point that generates the force. It generates the conditions. It generates what is required, the momentum, the gravitational pull, the gravitational advantage, the leverage required for things to happen, to motions to take place. And this is a very important principle of physics and motion and dynamics and fluid dynamics and all these different elements of day-to-day objective reality that we all experience here on Earth. So fulcrum, and what's a fulcrum? Well, fulcrum is this essential device, this tool, this object that allows something to happen as a result of it, because of its gravitational pull, its gravitational force. So, and this is what White-How is, you see? White-How is a fulcrum. That's why White-How is the recalibrating mechanism of compass, is the self-correcting mechanism, because White-How has an infinite nature in it. It's the nature of creation itself. So I'm going to read it to you. I have it here. So White-How is the mechanism to manifest infinity. You see, it's a very powerful thing. It's fulcrum. Infinity is creation. So we can manifest infinity through White-How. See, enables purpose, enables dreams, enables calling, enables all these different components, and that purposeful goals. And White-How makes infinity come true through action. You see, action. So that's the mechanism, because we're creators and we create through our purposeful daily action, because that's how we prove free will, with our purposeful daily action here and now. So you can always refer to the visual, and the visual is self-explanatory. But I'll walk you through it and the notion. So let's start there. The previous video was infinite learning formula, and it has to do with White-How. Everything has to do with White-How. Because White-How is the fundamental, is the fulcrum, is what enables the whole. The compass wouldn't exist without White-How. because why how is the recalibrating mechanism, is the self-correcting mechanism of compass, so you can actually always stay on true north and get to your destination, make your dreams come true. You recalibrate to make sure, it clarifies. His infinite nature allows us to make sure that we are in sync, in alignment, our identity and true self with our actions and our purpose and our time and energy and our flow. You see, it's all connected. It's the mechanism, it's the fulcrum. So that's what why how is. Refer to the previous videos to understand its nature. So it's the infinite nature of why how. You see, it's the infinite nature of why. So you ask why, you're going to get to a limit of infinity. You're going to reach this level of infinity. And you need an answer, it needs a because, it needs a why, it needs a reason. And how is the actions that we take to make that happen. And we do that through our actions, our dream states, our visions of ourselves, our true self energy, manifesting through purposeful daily action, so we get to our destinations. So that's what that is. Why how is this fulcrum? So on the visual, it's like you got a hill. So you're going uphill. So there's this human us, the individual, the creator, compass ourselves, the sundial, us, the individual. Behind this thing, this ball, this sphere, this the boulder, this thing that we're holding, and that's our purpose, you see? Our purpose, our dream, our calling, purposeful goals, all these things that we hold in there. And then you got so it's the heel, and then you got the fulcrum, and then you got the sphere, right? The purpose, the thing right there that we're holding. We're behind it, we're holding it. It's our creation, it's our dream, right? And here and that moment is here and now. And then obviously us is daily action. We're taking action, we're moving it forward, we're pushing it with purposeful daily action. And the fulcrum is the mechanism that allows that ball not to go backwards as we push it. So we create the momentum necessary so to have this very heavy object, this thing, this objective, our purpose, our dream, our destination, our goal, moving forward up the hill. You see, we spoke about it previously, how like this idea of the hill, which is it's a wavelength really, it has a peak and a trough, but it's just like a hill if you think in physical terms, because we're matter, we are biological, we exist physically, we're tangible. So we interact with elements, we are physical, we are physical at the scale of creation. So biological. So with this gravity and there's all these forces and the planets and things. So we gravity is a thing. So we need to use our leverage, which is fulcrum, the why how, to make sure that we make our dreams come true. And we do that through our actions, the effort that we put daily, the commitment. And that's us pushing forward. And that's that notion of early success. You see, you go up the ramp. So daily action leads to momentum through action, and then small wins, and then results leads to more daily action, navigating obstacles and failing forward. Because of this motion, we gotta fail forward with our purpose. We keep on pushing, and that's what why how is. Action, purposeful daily action. So that's what it is. So we push, and the fulcrum, the mechanism why how, the self-correcting, the recalibrating mechanism of compass, who we are, us, the individual here and now, taking purposeful daily action, keep on moving forward. So we keep on taking the right actions, infinite learning formula, and all these different ideas and all these concepts. So we keep pushing forward. Our purpose moves, this sphere moves forward. We're moving forward, our creation, our dream comes true. And where are we headed? What's on the other side of the hill? Because we're going up the hill, you see. We're creating, we were asking a why that hasn't been answered. We're creating it. And and how do we get this destination? So we're headed somewhere, you see, up the hill, the other side, results, purposeful energy, purposeful love. All these beautiful notions, all these beautiful concepts, you see, they all coming together because it's physics. That's what physics does. Physics, it's an end state. It's a formula. And the formula at a biological scale is compass, is us creating here with love. So that's why fulcrum is such an important concept. So that's what the notion is. So I just wanted to explain it to you in a visual way so you understand the value of why how, and what why how does to purpose, to dreams, to callings, to objectives, to goals, and us here and now taking action, you see. Because that's the beauty of it. That's why, as light spherical beings that we are, energy creators, you know, we manifestors. That's what we do. We manifest creation itself through our actions. Sundial, compass, this is who we are. Light spherical beings is our nature to create. We're benevolent species. So if you understand this notion and understand what it is, then like you would always take action, and that's the pinnacle of life. I have said this many times. The pinnacle of life at the biological scale as a human, as a benevolent species, each individual is to have a purposeful life. Because when you have a purposeful life individually, you mean you have purposeful goals over time and energy, and you get results. You always get to your purposeful goals, results, and that's a purposeful life. Your actions, you see here and now, purposeful daily action is the foundation of purposeful goals. So you get results. So that's a purposeful life. You get results. You always get to your destination. Always. Your purpose gets manifested. Your dreams come true. They get manifested. Why? Because you're taking daily action here and now. Because you have free will. And why? How enables that purpose, that dream, that goal to be achieved, to be accomplished, to be created. Because it's our nature to create. So this is why. Because free will is a real thing. Free will is a real thing. We're conscious, we're self-aware, we have a true self that allows us to choose our destination. We choose our purpose with our purposeful daily action. Action defined us, so we choose. We are self-aware, we're conscious, we're sentient. We choose our course of action, and the way you prove free will is with your actions. Purposeful daily action here and now. And when you stare at the sun and you get in sync with the sun, with the creator itself, at an astronomical scale, they created the conditions on Earth, at a terrestrial scale for us to exist, at a biological scale with our electromagnetic fields, all of us. When you get in sync with it, when you open the portal, you build the bridge, you stare at the sun, you open your heart, you open your mind, you open your eyes, and your electromagnetic fields pair with the sun's quantum entanglement, we sync with it, then this energy starts to flow, it supercharges us. So our brains are more powerful, our DNA code gets activated, it gets supercharged, and we become more creative, more powerful creators, better ideas. So we go about our why and our how more efficiently. So why, how, and we take action. These ideas, you know, we need to take action on these ideas. So that's what action is. We get the idea from the brain, and then our heart, the motion of the heart, the heartbeat powers the human body. So we take body energy, you know, taking daily action, and in our heart, our love resonates with daily action, and that leads to mind energy, more creativity, more ideas, more tools, more processes, more behaviors, more principles, and then that leads to our true self energy. We guiding our, because you know, it's focused on the action, the flow. We're focused on the action to our mind energy that allows us to be creative and have this emotion, this innovation, this imagination. So we channel the right ideas, we create them, activate them through our genetic code, because remember, it's infinite string, the DNA string, you know, the code is infinite, just like everything. So that idea, just the brain cells just start to generate this flow of infinite ideas, and it's our choice to choose which idea, which action, and then we just move forward and we keep on doing it. But we gotta do this daily purposeful action, because we're creators. So that's how we create, through purposeful daily action. It's a beautiful notion, it's who we are. And the heart also gives us the courage. We have to deal with other things outside our control, all these fantasies, all these illusions. We deal with them with a heart, we love them, we heal them, we recover, we accept them, we're grateful about it, and we move on and free up the energy, and then more creation happens. It's beautiful. We're compasses, we're infinite creators. This is who we are. This is our very own nature. That's why I know who we are. I have the convictions to understand our nature. We're a benevolent species, we're a heartful species, we're a love-based species, we're a heart-based species. This is who we are. We're the human race. We're a benevolent species. We have graduated into who we are. Infinite eternal creators, infinite eternal compasses, infinite eternal sundials. Because we have metamorphosized. We have transitioned from a low awareness species, unaware of who we are, electrical nature, light spherical beings, into a very fully aware, self-aware, conscious species that understands our nature, electrical nature, our heartbeat, the portal, sundial, compass, and we're in sync with creation itself, so we can be powered to take action and create our own destinies, our destinations, manifest our free will, manifest our destinations, manifest our actions, manifest our true self, with our energy of creation, the energy of love, our heartbeat. So it's beautiful, and this is who we are. Humanity, I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. Remember who we are. We're infinite creators. We're infinite love. This is who we are. This is who we are, the citizens of the Republic of Planet Earth, the leaders of the Republic of Planet Earth, the defenders of the Republic of Planet Earth. I love you all with all my heart, with all my mind.